Villagers are such a pain. But I think I'm finally done here, at least mostly. I'm missing a few villagers. I've got this is 2 empty slots and 1 there. This was all full, but then 1 died. I think there was a skeleton in here, which is unfortunate. But I mean, only 3 more villagers total, and then this little hall is done. And that's pretty great because it's already working out very well for me. I mean, I've got this librarian. This is mostly what I wanted. 1 book for an emerald, and then right next to it, 1 bookshelf for 1 emerald. So between those 2, I have unlimited emeralds, which is so nice. I did, however, figure out some of the problems I was having, so I think I can actually show you it over here. It's a little hard to get to. The villagers were standing on a carpet, and I made the mistake of putting a solid block under that carpet. Turns out the whole time I should have been stacking carpets up, because they would be trying to walk between the area, because they would think that they could make it, so say this villager right here would try to claim this one, because he thinks he can get to it. But, well, he can't. So these carpets are absolutely necessary. They make the villagers think that they can only access this one workstation, which is right in front of them. Simple fix, but I got it wrong the first time. Figured that's an important thing to mention if other people want to make this same style of trading hall. Because, I mean, it is really great. It's super compact. And again, while I can't choose which villager I want to be zombified, I mean, it's so easy to. It just brings the downside of if I want to discount any one of these villagers, I'll need 14 golden apples. I don't have that much gold. Or, I guess I should say, I don't have that much gold yet. Because while I said I'm not going to be doing the same thing I did last season, I'm still going to make a gold farm. They're just so nice. And also, I don't really have a great source of XP. I've been using the villagers for XP, but it's inconsistent. So I have been spending a couple of hours getting all sorts of materials, and I am going to make a gold farm. And here is the gold farm. It's creative, it's in my creative world. The coolest thing about this is it is entirely my own design. Now, I'm sure anyone who knows anything about making gold farms, I'm sure you've recognized it at this point. It's not a very unique design, but I mean, I didn't follow any guides. I made this from scratch, entirely by myself. Except for this. This is the item collection system from Nembon's design. It's just the best. And quite frankly, I am not smart enough to come up with something to do like this on my own. Yeah, it's not something I'm capable of. The farm itself is very simple to use. You just kind of take a snowball and you chuck it at one of them, and then they all start running towards you. And then they group up in this nice little hole, and you just... Oh. Look at how fast this is. And there's no spawn proofing necessary, no prep work. It's high enough above the bedrock that the spawn radiuses are entirely above bedrock. It's great. So I'll be able to get absolutely ridiculous rates without a whole lot of prep. Just to give you an idea of how much XP it gives, look at that. Look, it's still going. 13 levels from just kind of a small group of piglins, and then you kill them, and then it fills up in no time. Look, this is insane. You know, I actually did the math. It takes about 5 minutes to get to 50 levels. 50. There's no real use for 50 levels, but you can do it. But just how well does this farm work, you might ask? You might be thinking, it can't possibly be that good. It's so simple. I mean, that's a lot of gold. I did this in 5 minutes. It's not like record-breaking amounts of gold from a gold farm, but I mean, realistically, that is plenty. But this little gold farm can produce a whopping 4,500 items per hour, which will certainly be enough. And still, I think it's mostly just, I'm proud. I made my own gold farm. and it works. Is it the best? No. But I made it, and it works. What more could you want? So with all that said and done, this is going to be a pretty busy episode. I think you're actually going to have 2 time lapses because I've got a lot of plans. I've got the gold farm, which I got to get to work on. And then, given that it is December 12th, I think it's time to get a little festive around here. Might even be almost too late, but we'll see. I've got ideas. I've got plans, just got to do them. So everything is ready. Now the only thing left to do is to do it. With that being said, let's cue the music and get to work. Behold, through the power of time lapses, my gold farm is, in quotes, built. I say that because, well, I mean, it's not much of a gold farm as of yet. It's just a big old box that pigmen can spawn on, but they do spawn on it quite a lot. I mean, standing in the middle right here, I should be getting max rates now. And that's quite a lot of pigmen. I'm excited. This is turning out well already. But there's a little bit more to a gold farm than just a shape that spawns pigmen. It's gotta be... well, there's a little bit more work to be put in. And since I think, personally, that type of thing is a lot more interesting than just building a donut, we're gonna do it live. So strap in, because if you want to learn how to make some funny redstone item collection system, I'm going to attempt to explain it. This ought to be fun. But the first thing we need to do is make the center, the collection area, where you stand, where the pigmen go, and where you kill them. And yes, it is off-center. I know. That's intentional. This part is actually fairly simple. It's literally just a box. So pigmen can see you, but they can't get to you. I built it wrong. So we gotta start by putting hoppers right here. And then 2 blocks below it, we're gonna need more hoppers. And they will all be facing straight down. I'm pretty sure. You're gonna have to bear with me here because I only vaguely remember what I'm doing. That is completely invisible, wow. Okay, you need solid block, panes, like so. Then you put rails there. And then you'll need minecart with hopper, and a piston there and there. And then the piston will push the block in. Now I should have broken the rail before that, but it works. And then a piston push there. Cool. And then you need to put panes here and here. You need to do a similar thing over here with a pane like so. Piston. Okay. Wait, before you do that, you have to push the minecarts, yeah, into the corner. Right there-ish. I think that's what you have to do. And then rail, another minecart, break it, button, push, yeah, like that. Something like that. And then you need 4 grindstones, and you need to put them there and there. Rail, rail, minecart, minecart. Break it, break it. I'm sure you know where this is going. And then you push it into the corner. Like that. And like that. Rail. And then you need 2 more. Minecart. Minecart. Break the rail and then just push them in. So they fit in like that. And then they weirdly turn like that one just did, and it makes you really afraid because it feels like you moved something. But I think that's actually it. Did I do it? This was entirely based on memory. If I didn't do it right, you can always just check Nembon's gold farm design because everything below here is entirely his. So yeah, I can't take credit for it. But anyway, that's good. That's done. That's beautiful and great and stuff. They're turning. Why do they turn? I hate that. Next up, you need to get some droppers, and they will go all along these hoppers here, pointing straight down. And then you got to get some more hoppers. And I can jump. There we go. Then they will point into the droppers, like so. First thing you're going to need is blocks over here, cobwebs under the droppers, out 2 like so, and then 1 up, row of blocks here, and then you're going to want another down below, but I haven't gotten to that yet. Then comparators, repeaters, each repeater set 2 tick delay. Observers are gonna go here, be careful you don't bump your minecarts. And another set of observers going the opposite way, making an observer clock. Like that. And then pistons pushing out. Don't build it in this order. Actually, this is the least efficient way to do it. So now we have the rapid dropper system. So the items are getting collected up there by that set of hoppers, and then all of these minecarts are going to distribute the items as evenly as they can between all 14 hoppers. If there's a comparator output from that hopper, from the dropper, sorry. It will then activate this signal, which will extend the observer clock, dropping quickly. Next, it's very important right now, you're going to want to cover this up with glass, because things can spawn down here, and that would be very, very bad. If anything spawns here and pushes your minecarts, the collection system won't work. Make sure that you get that sorted out quickly. I found it's just safer to wall off the entire area. And now, if you did it like I did, you'll have a whole bunch of junk on your platform. Yay! Next thing you're going to need to do is come down from over here. This is the block that the piston is on top of. You're going to want to bring it down, like that. And bring just a solid line over here. Run redstone all the way across, under the pistons, remember. Then you are going to need a note block just right in the middle there, and a piston pointing straight down. Off of that piston, put a block of redstone. Next thing you'll need to do is take some blocks out in a shape like this. You will need comparators, there and there. Redstone between them, and then you can use a shroom light here because you're going to want a lot of light to stop the pigmen from spawning, and because the shroom light is the only solid light block, I think, except for jack-o'-lanterns, but well, who uses jack-o'-lanterns? Off of that shroom light, you put a redstone torch there, and another one right here. And then you're going to take 2 blocks out, light, and another one, and then up over like that. And you're going to get 2 repeaters, 1 full delay and 1 on 3. Then redstone, 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 Then you can put your cooked terracotta, glazed terracotta, a sticky piston, and then 3 either slime or honey. They both work. And then cover that up with shroom lights. Get your glazed terracotta under here. And then another shroom light right here. And then you're going to want to make this same structure on the other side, so get used to it. Then, off of this side, you're going to want a repeater full delay. And then 2 blocks here, redstone dust, and another full delay repeater. That will go into glazed terracotta, all the way across. Shroom light. I'm building this in a weird order, but bear with me. Honey, shroom light, shroom light, shroom light, shroom light. And now, if you were me and didn't come prepared, you're going to need to get rid of all of these temporary blocks because they're all spawning hazards. All of them. Essentially, what we have up to this point is a circuit to control these item pushers, because you can't use water streams in the nether, so you have to make some compromises. The cobwebs make it so that when the droppers shoot out items, they go straight down instead of spitting them everywhere like they usually do. And this circuit is essentially just a pulse extender that's been turned into a clock, which every few seconds will pulse these like so. And that will just shuffle the items towards the center. Pretty simple. We're getting close, but we're not done yet. The next thing that you'll need to do is bring a redstone line down here and put a note block right next to it. And then 1 step down, a sticky piston under that. Made a mistake. No redstone dust here. Don't even put a block there. What was I thinking? You're going to need to use glazed terracotta and put a honey block on the piston. Run that terracotta down 3 blocks, and you're going to want to put a chest right diagonal from the honey block. Then you need to put a shroom light and a repeater with full delay facing into a sticky piston, facing forward. And then a slime block right on that sticky piston. Little bit of glazed terracotta underneath that, and I think that's it. And now it's time for some sorters. Sorters are fairly basic, so I'm pretty sure you probably know what you're doing. But I figured, why not? I can still tell you how to do it if you don't know. No shame in that. You'll need to set up 1 hopper for every item that you want to get sorted, but since this is going to be producing so many items at a time, 1 sorter will not be enough to filter all of the gold nuggets. It will get full and it'll jam, and then you'll be losing a lot of gold. We don't want that, so I'm going to go for 6 filters for just gold nuggets. And then after that, I'm going to put 2 for ingots, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 for the rotten flesh. That's a lot of sorters. It's important that all of these hoppers face into a block, or, I mean, they can face either direction. The most important thing is that these hoppers don't point anywhere into any other item. So if it's pointing into another hopper or a chest, it won't work. Don't do that. Then just get a second line of hoppers pointing straight down. Next up, you're going to want to make a shape sort of like this. Do 1 for every sorter. Just make sure you have a torch right in there. Once that's done, you want to put repeaters down in the ditch in every single one. And then go ahead and cover it up. I'm using shroom light again so that things don't spawn. You don't have to, but it helps. And then a comparator. And then just cover the whole thing with redstone. And there you have an item sorter. Still not quite done though. You have to just take any item that isn't going into the system. It helps if it's named. Just put 4 in there, and then you put the item that you want filtered, which of course I left down here. And then you put the item that you want filtered in there. Did I do it wrong? I put the repeaters in the wrong way. Then you put your repeaters in this way, and it will work. There. 41 items, and then 4 filler items. And you just gotta do the same thing. So you make as many filters as you see fit. Like I said, I'm gonna do 6 nuggets, and then 2 gold ingots, and then 4 for rotten flesh. If you do want to collect swords, you just kind of have to put an empty hopper on the end, and it'll catch whatever doesn't get caught by these sorters. The only thing left to do now is to admire what you just did, because it's fully done. Fully. The farm, the killing chamber, the item collection, and the sorting. Every single part of this is done. Done right? Who knows? I haven't tested it yet. We're about to find out. Okay. This is a real test down here. So you should start to hear piston noises. That's all the items getting filtered around. All of the droppers, and then they should be getting sent down and then launched across. I don't know if we can see that because I don't know if we're producing enough items here because I don't have looting. Forgot a detail, just a minor little detail. I forgot to put the pigmen out here. Now you just gotta find 4 pigmen to go stand on a platform. Your name is now Jimmy. Hi, Jimmy. Now I just gotta do that 3 more times. The Jimmies are important because when you kill all the pigmen, there's no one to stay mad, so then the new pigmen that spawn in don't know to be mad, and they won't chase you, which is the entire mechanic of the farm. The Jimmies stick around to stay mad and tell all of the ones that spawn in that they should be mad at me. Do they have to be named Jimmy? Yes. Well, there's not nearly as many spawning in as there were in my single-player world. Not quite sure why that is. It's probably just the you're on a server. That always affects things. But I think now it's time for a change of pace. And that brings me to here, in the shopping district. It's winter, and I want to do something about it. Want to get festive. So I'm thinking, what better way to do that than with a secret Santa? Or something like that. I don't know. I mean, that seems like a pretty good way to do this, because I will say, we're all fairly new. None of us really knew each other beforehand. I mean, there are a handful of people that I previously knew, and I think there's a group of friends in here, but other than that, we're all pretty much strangers to each other. So I think a Secret Santa would be a really nice way to sort of get to know each other a little bit more, break the ice, and also celebrate the holiday season. So the hardest part of that will probably be finding a spot. I want to make something for this, and I want to make it a little more central. I don't want to just go all the way over there because, well, it's supposed to be noticeable. But I don't want to get in the way. So it's a little bit of a balance that you have to find. I do think here would actually be a kind of a cute spot to put it. So I've been getting some resources that I plan to use here. And I guess it's your lucky day, because I'm probably going to have 2 time lapses in one episode. So I guess there's no sense in waiting any longer in this very lovely wintry weather. Time to get to work. I thought I'd take this time to do a voiceover, because we're 5 episodes into this series and I haven't done one for a while. I think it was episode 2 of my last series? I don't know. I don't really have too much that I want to say, which is good because it's a pretty short time lapse to be talking over. Just mostly that I wanted to say thank you to everyone who's been watching my videos, commenting. Now, I know a lot of you are like my friends and people that I know personally and other people on the server, but that's okay because this is a whole lot of fun, and it's certainly a lot more fun to be doing when you actually have an audience. If no one was watching these videos, I don't know what I'd be doing, but probably not keep making them. It helps a lot with the motivation and stuff, and just shout out to everyone on this server. This is all really cool. I guess the number one thing that I wanted to say here is just thank you. Again, like I said, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching my videos. I love doing this, and I really do want to keep going. So just thank you for being here, I guess. Anyway, back to the video. Okay, we fly away and turn around. And there it is! That's a nice little tree, and I mean, it stands out. This whole place is pretty dark. It's a nice bit of color and light, but it's not done. The rain really is kind of depressing. Hope this stops soon. But it's not done. Oh no, I've got more plans for this. So here's what I'm thinking. It's the holiday season. What better way to celebrate than through Secret Santa? If you want to sign up, take a piece of paper out of the chest on the left and rename it to your name. Then all you have to do is put it on the chest to the right, and you're done. The naming drawing will be done soon, once everyone has a chance to put their name in the basket. And there is no limit, just remember it's all in good fun. I think that's simple enough. I would just actually have to do what I said I would do. I didn't bring enough chests. Oh no. So, there will be sheets of paper. Oh, that's a little disappointing. There'll be pieces of paper in this chest, an anvil to rename it, and then you'll put it in this chest right here, and then I'm going to do a little bit of redstone because it's fun. Just a simple hopper into the dropper, into the dropper. That way you can push the button, and it should send whatever you put in up. So I'm just going to do a test run right here. So I'm going to take a paper, goldfish, and I'm going to put it in this chest, and it's going to go in, and then I push the button. I think this is a really nice little simple way to do it. And once we get our gifts all ready, once we have our recipients picked out, I think it'd be fun if we get all like little multicolored shulker boxes and just put them under the tree. I'll have a word with them about that, but that's for when we're actually further along in here. We haven't even had more than one entry. But I think this is going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to see who I get. But this has been a very, very busy episode. I mean, you got 2 time lapses, made a gold farm that doesn't quite work, and I made a big old tree. And I'm very close to the camera, hello. But I think we've gotten a lot done. It's a good time to end. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.